I give up. Okay. Jack Harvey, thank you. Thank you. Look, I don't know what the hell is going on with this software, but I'm hoping that we've got it resolved now because otherwise I'm going to shut this down and just go back to using my phone. All right, so comment down below, please. Let me know that the video is working and the audio is working. This is ridiculous fighting with this stupid computer, man. All right, we got some comments coming in now, so it looks like things are starting to take off here. Good. He's dropping a deuce. Tommy, I guarantee you I was not. Not right here anyway. What's up, Lunar Outlaw? Chris, New York, man, what's up? Silverback, good to see you again. JC, my God. Look at the comments coming in here. Okay. All right. It's working. Man. Okay, good to see y'all here, man. It's been a while. Brad, vet update. I cannot give a vet update. All I can say is that the vet is in the shop, and it's been in the shop for a while now. Pete D, $10 super chat. Thank you. Deontay Ford, thank you. Well, all moved in. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. Obviously, I think you guys can see this is not my old house. So there are some things we're working through moving in. What do I think about we can't talk about the situation without getting in trouble. Celebrating your birthday Monday, New York, and just crossed over 500. Congratulations, man. I remember my first 500 subscribers. That's a big deal. Happy birthday as well. Thomas, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. How do you say that? Iowans? Shout out to Iowans, people from Iowa. That's interesting. I've never heard that before. That's pretty cool. Florida's in the house. All right. Now, I know a lot of you that are going to be watching this video after the live stream is over are going to be really pissed off because I'm shouting out people in the live chat. I'm sorry. You may want to just fast forward that if you're watching this after the live stream has been concluded. I have plenty of toilet paper. I actually went to a Walmart neighborhood market, and I avoid going out to public places at all costs right now. But I went out and I bought Quilted Northern 3-ply toilet paper, a 48-pack. I couldn't believe it. It's like finding gold in the farmer's market. You know what I mean? It was an insane deal. Jeff S, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh, wow. Jasper, $24.99 super chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do. Yeah, Silverback, 3-ply. No joke. 3-ply toilet paper. If I had the time, I would go out there and grab it and bring it to you and show you right now. Kentucky's in the house. The new Edge, hello from Canada. Canada, I can't do the accent, man. Those northern accents, way up north. Not just Canada, but United States as well, bordering Canada. I love the accent, man. I wish I could do it. $6.99 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Lunar Outlaw. Yeah, Lunar Outlaw, I actually saw part of your stream after it was already over. Unfortunately, I missed it because I have been... It's been busy. Okay, so as you can see from the title, another super chat. Man, y'all are on fire. IAA is your old car, number 273. Give me just 2 seconds. I will copy that, Brad. Let me go over to autoauctions.io, which is who I use to check things like this out. So it's a 2015 Dodge Dart. No kidding. It looks just like the Dodge Dart that we put together. Ooh. Oh, that was a heck of an accident, wasn't it? Damn, man. Wow. Okay. Man, I hope you're doing all right. I mean, it looks like everybody's okay. Okay. So there's a few things I want to talk about today. And Shawnee, Oklahoma, what's up, man? What's up, Shawnee? That's right down the road, man. I used to live in Dale, Oklahoma, so I know exactly where Shawnee is. Go out there from time to time. So I guess we'll start out with hopefully all of you are doing well today. I know things are... I can't get into the situation. Otherwise, YouTube takes the video down, and that's something else we got to talk about too. Number one, we're going to talk about winning cars. Believe it or not, guys, this may be shocking to you, but I have been bidding on more cars in the last 2 weeks than I have ever bid on before. I mean, I am really out there bidding. I've bid on no less than 7 or 8 cars in the last 2 weeks and won the bids. I have won the high bids, and I didn't get the car. Gordon Ramsay. I love. Now, I know you're not the real Gordon Ramsay, but that's pretty cool. I love Gordon Ramsay. As a new subscriber to the membership, Tier 1, I appreciate that. Lunar Outlaw, good to see you, man. And Lunar Outlaw just disappeared. Okay. All right, so we got some things to talk about. Gaming Arrow with Mike. Boy, maybe I need glasses. Maiki Rogers. Boy, I hope I got that right. If not, I'm terribly sorry. Nick Wood. Any update on the Mazda 6 New Zealand, right? That's what NZ stands for. Okay, see, this is where I get caught up. I love reading y'all's comments and everything. But when people come by to watch the video later, they get really pissed off that I spent like 5 minutes just talking to you guys. So I'm going to try to kind of do both here. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you're all right. I'm glad you're all right. And that will segue from that into, I hope all of you are all right. You guys are killing me. Robbie, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. How is owning a Tesla? And we should do a meet and greet. Hey, I appreciate you watching the videos. A meet and greet, I think, is a really bad idea. Normally, I think it's a good idea, but given the situation, a meet and greet is just a really bad idea right now. But someday I would love to do one. I really would. I would love to do something like that. But this is like the worst possible time to be trying to do a meet and greet. It's a good way to make a bunch of people sick, and I definitely don't want to be responsible for doing something like that. So, all right, let's get started. As you can see, this is a different office. I'm going to grab my camera here, so bear with me. I'm going to kind of show you guys around. It's a mess. Hopefully you can see, like, there's boxes, there's crap all over the floor down here that I've got to get cleaned up. It's a mess, but it's working. That's the main thing. It's working right now. We do have a solid internet connection. We're able to do a live stream, even though it took a little while. I have my own office now, so it's huge. I am very happy with the new house. So we are moved in. We're just not totally unpacked. The other house is empty. It needs to be cleaned. There's probably a few miscellaneous items laying around here and there that... Where is Nick sleeping? Nick has his own room, just like he did at the other house. I'm gonna tell you something. When I move, guys, I don't screw around. I'm not the type that's going to take 2 or 3 months to get moved and unpacked. I get it done in a couple days. So for 2 days straight, we went just hardcore, just Jessica and myself. Now Austin did help move the couches and this chair behind me and a few tables and stuff. But Jessica and I we moved damn near this whole house by ourselves. I'm talking the tall with pedestals, front load washers and dryers. The dining room table, I believe her and I moved. Our bed, which is massive. It's a huge solid wood king size bed. We moved a lot to the point where she has a disc in her lower back that is absolutely causing her excruciating pain. She has been in a lot of pain. There's Austin right there. Entertainment center and the TV. Yeah. So big shout out and thank you to Austin for helping out with that and loaning us his dolly and his like a 4-wheel. I don't know what it's called. Austin can comment, but he loaned us some stuff to help move. So we appreciate that. But I don't really mess around when it comes to moving, man. I don't like the house to be in disarray. I don't like spending a lot of time doing this. So we just hit it hard and we got it mostly done fast. Like this house is set up. Everything is set up. The bedrooms, everything is moved in and set up. Most of the boxes are unpacked. There's a few left that we got to take care of. The one main thing that I have to take care of is the garage. The garage is it's in a state of temporary disarray at the moment. So we'll get the garage taken care of. But I got the Tesla in the garage, and the Tesla's charging up in there, and everything's good. New neighborhood is great. So far, we're really liking it. We're loving the new house. It's much more comfortable than the other one because it's bigger. There's more room. Mopar fan, I want the police charger after paint. Is it for sale? Mopar fan, there's a lot that I would like to cover in this video. Pat B, your videos are great. Keep it up. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that for Mopar fan and Pat B. Appreciate the super chats. Yeah, we're gonna get into talking about some of this stuff. Okay, there really is a lot to talk about. So I guess first I wanted to cover the move into the house. All right, so we're moved in. Everything is good. Everything is right with the world. As far as that goes, everything's great. We're trying to limit the amount of time we spend outdoors around other people as much as possible. I started out kind of joking about the whole situation, and as time goes on, I come to realize this is more serious than I was giving it credit for, because I was just uneducated, and I kind of feel bad about that. But it is what it is. At the same time, as a lot of you said, laughter is the best medicine. Man, it really is. But laughter does not cure people of situations. So definitely trying to limit the amount of time we spend out, not necessarily outside, but in public places where people touch things. And I can tell you, I was at Walmart today, the neighborhood market, not the regular Walmart Supercenter, but the neighborhood market. And I saw so many people, like I'm sanitizing my hands, I'm sanitizing the cart, even though I'm sure they probably maybe already did. I don't know, but like I'm taking no chances. You know what I mean? But I'm watching all these other people just walk in, man, and they're not even worried about it, touching everything, grabbing everything. And I'm just like, man, no wonder this situation spreads as quickly as it does. People aren't taking this seriously, just not taking it seriously. So I'm trying to do my best to protect not just myself, but my family and also other people. Like, I could get it and maybe not have any symptoms and spread it to other people. I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to do the best I can to maintain my business, run my business, which requires me to go out of the house and interact with people. But minimize the risk to myself, to my family, and to others as well, which is a very difficult situation. It's hard to do all of that. Yeah, it's a scary time. But I don't want to make this video about that. But I will say one more thing about the situation. I want to move on from that because like everybody's talking about it. I ain't trying to make this video about that. I watched a guy. This really disturbed me. Like this disturbed me so much. Yesterday, it was actually last night. I was in the lazy part of the On-Q Express, which is a gas station that we have out here. You guys may never heard of it. Gas out here, by the way, is 99 cents a gallon. 99 cents a gallon. I don't remember gas prices this low since I was in my teens, probably in like 1997. So, happy birthday to Dixon. It's your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. Jerome, happy birthday. Simi Yemez, turning 45. Happy birthday. Okay, so I saw a guy in front of me because On-Q Express has a drive-thru. We're in the drive-thru. Dustin, thank you, man. I appreciate the super chat. We're in the drive-thru for a long time. Like, it would have been quicker to go inside, but I just didn't want to get out and go inside and touch the doors that 100,000 people have been touching. You know what I mean? And the guy in front of us, you know, I'm not going to get too descriptive about him because that's really just a matter of opinion. But I felt a certain way about this guy the moment I saw him, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me, you know? He orders 2 candy bars and like a big gulp-sized Coke. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God. Okay. Anyway, he orders, and he's sitting in the car, and this was taking forever, and he was coughing on his hand. He wiped his face, and then wiped it on his shirt, and then he sneezed into his hand, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my God. And part of the time, he's got his music going, windows down. He's got his fingers on his lips doing like the blah. He had his fingers like up in his mouth. And I said, oh my God, this guy is disgusting. And then the lady comes back and she takes his card. He takes the card with the same hand he just had sneezed and coughed in and played with his mouth, and he hands her the card. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, no. He drives off, and the lady's got glasses, and she touches her glasses and puts them on. And I kind of panicked and I kind of screamed at her, and I feel bad for it. But I was like, no. I said, don't touch your face. I said, that guy was just snotting all over his hands. He sneezed and coughed, and then he handed you a card with it. And she was just like, you could see like she was freaking out, and she left. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. Who's helping me now? Another lady showed up and took care of it. And she was like, are you serious that guy did it? I said, I swear on everything. Like, I sat here and just watched this man. Ugh, disgusting. And then we wonder how situations like this are capable of spreading so quickly. Do you know why? It's because people are disgusting. Human beings by nature are effing nasty. We are nasty, disgusting creatures. And don't say you're not, because I bet you pick your nose or you scratch your ass or something. I guarantee it. We all do something nasty from time to time. But that was just, come on, man. Come on, especially in these times. You know better. You know better. Okay, so now we're going to move on from that. I'm done with that. All right. Yeah, moving on. Moving on. That dude was absolutely disgusting. Now, I'm not going to tell you about the cars that we won, all right? But there is something I want to tell you about cars in general lately, because obviously I've been trying to buy cars for quite a while now, and I haven't been able to get them. And I win them, and then they don't give them to me. The new Edge, thank you for the super chat. That's Canadian, right? Yeah, 54 cents a gallon in Canada. That is awesome. That is awesome. Max, I try not to cuss too much in these videos because it does seem to offend a lot of people. So I try not to. Young Lit, Sacramento, what's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. All right. And Chevy Lamar, what's up, Randy? I want to know what type of insurance I need to get a dealer's license. Someone told me there are 2 types of insurance. That's a good question. And it depends on where you live, like, or where you're going to operate your business. Each state has different rules, different laws regarding what type of insurance you need, what the deductibles are, what the maximums are. So, I mean, that's something you're going to want to reach out to a commercial insurance company. Farmers Insurance does it. I'm pretty sure Geico has commercial insurance as well. There's a lot of other companies out there that deal specifically with commercial policies. So you're going to want to talk to them about that. I can't give you the answer to that. So, buy a Buick. No. How long does Carfax usually take to receive? The one that I advertise, you usually get it within a couple hours. So usually, but keep in mind there is a situation going on out here, and that might affect things. You know, you order something that normally take 2 days to get there, and it may take a week. Things are just really crazy right now. Okay, but with that said, I ordered a Carfax literally 10 or 15 minutes, well, right before I started this stream, and my Carfaxes are already here because of the 2 cars that I won, I want the Carfax reports on so that I can use that to my advantage when trying to sell them. My Carfax reports are already here. So, okay, moving on to the cars now. One question that I've been getting repeatedly is how do I like the Tesla? And my answer is the same as when I first bought it. I love the Tesla. Even though gas is now so cheap, it doesn't make sense to drive anything other than a gas car. That's okay. I still love the Tesla. What happened to the Cadillac XLR? I don't know. That car was junk. Just so you know, DVD MC, the Cadillac XLR that I showed you guys on a Copart walk around was horrible. I mean, it ran bad. Everything was broken on it. Nothing worked right. That car was in bad shape. Yeah, Chris, yeah, that's exactly right. There's legal reasons that I can't talk about the Corvette. Yeah, and Dixon immediately after asked about the Corvette. A Corvette, I get it. Ron, everybody wants to know about the Corvette. I can't talk to you guys about the Corvette right now, okay? Obviously, if I could, you guys know me. If it's something I could talk about, we'd be out here talking about it right now. But we're not going to be talking about the Corvette right now. Maybe we'll talk about it when there's something more that I can discuss with you guys. But for right now, we're just leaving it alone. All right, $5.49. Jason, thank you from Canada. I appreciate that. What's good, Randy? Congrats on the move. Matt from the United Kingdom, thank you for the £2. I appreciate that. Now, like I said, for the cars, I am really frustrated with the way auctions have been going lately. And this is at no fault of Copart. This is at no fault of IAA, anything like that. It's just the way things are going. I am not allowed to view these cars anymore, which means even though I don't mind buying sight unseen, bidding on cars sight unseen from time to time, because the YouTube revenue offsets any loss that I could possibly take on the car. Lawrence Taylor, welcome to Tier 1, man. I appreciate you joining. DJ Foti, $4.99. Randy, you should look at Randy. I think you should only paint the hood and roof. The Avenger's already in paint, guys. I appreciate the super chat though, but the Avenger's already in paint. Whole car is getting redone. It should look real good when it comes back. Yeah, sight unseen is very risky, and I never recommend that to any of you. I've said that from the beginning, and I have a lot of people that don't understand why I do something that I tell you guys you shouldn't do, and it's the same reason Tyler from Hoovie's Garage tells you guys not to do what he does. He makes horrible, horrible decisions on these cars. All right, European cars, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but European cars out of warranty, it's a no-brainer, guys. They're money pits. They're money pits. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's an Audi, a Volkswagen, a Ferrari. It doesn't matter. These things are literal money pits. You can go bankrupt trying to keep these things maintained. Now, I know there's a lot of you that's going to say your Volkswagen Jetta TDI has 400,000 miles on it and you've never needed so much as brake pads. I get it. I do. I get it. You love your car. I love my cars too, but I try to be more realistic. And cars break. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a European car or not, cars break. But it just happens to be that European cars tend to cost a whole lot more to keep maintained. So it is what it is. You don't have to like what I'm saying, but I personally believe that what I'm saying is the truth. A Redneck's Life just sent me $13.99 from Canada, from Ontario. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sicilian Regnet, welcome to the club, man. I appreciate you joining. Grant. Yeah, my reading skills a little off today. Grant Huckstadt, $4. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, like Lunar Outlaws Dream Mini Cooper. You know, here's the thing, guys. I love European cars. I do. I think they run, drive, and ride like nothing I've ever experienced before. They are so enjoyable to have when they're running and driving properly. But when pneumatic suspensions fail, when hydraulic suspensions fail, and you realize that you just cost yourself $5,000 because you enjoy the ride. And that's today. Next week, when another cylinder fails, another accumulator fails, when another hydraulic pump fails, it'll be another $5,000. Like, these cars, they're great. But I hope you have a lot of money to be able to keep the maintenance done on them. Joanne Campbell, thank you for the super chat. Grant, another $4. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So, I bought a European car today. I did. I bought a European car today. What's worse than buying a European car is buying an old one. What's worse than buying an old European car is a cheap one. I have broken 3 of 3 rules when purchasing a European car. I bought an old one, I bought a cheap one, and I bought a European car. That's the 3rd rule. Don't buy European cars, guys. So I think you guys are going to like it. It's nothing. I don't want to get you too excited. It's nothing crazy or exotic or anything like that. But I would consider it to be a good car. Now we'll see. I had to bid on this sight unseen. The second car I bought, truthfully, I already forgot what it was. It's an import. It's an import. Okay, it's another import. So no American cars. But anyway, that's what I was kind of getting into before I got sidetracked into the whole European vehicle type thing. James sent me $2. Thank you for that as well, man. These sight unseens are very dangerous, and buying cheap cars can also be very dangerous. There's really very rarely any such thing as a good, reliable, cheap car. You know what I mean? It doesn't generally work out that way. If Tyler from Hoovie's Garage went out and actually bought the cars that he buys the cheapest in the world of, and he actually spent the money for a good condition one, he would probably be a whole lot better off than he is with these cheap ones. But, and there is a big but to that, he has the Wizard, okay? He has the Wizard. That's something not all of us has. The Wizard seems to price things fairly for him, especially for the caliber of cars that he's working on. He's capable. He's qualified. He does great work. So the other thing that Hoovie does is he has YouTube. He's got, what, 1 million subscribers? Of course he can do this. The reason why Tyler does what he does, and the same reason I do what I do, is because I think of two things. I don't want to speak for Tyler entirely, but I feel like I understand him pretty well. There is something about buying these cars and not knowing what you're getting. It's a gamble. This isn't like you went to the dealership and you paid full retail price for one that's been fully reconditioned. Okay? This is a gamble, and the gamble is the exciting part. The gamble is the fun part. And the side bonus to this gamble being fun and enjoyable, almost to the point where I'd call it an addiction, is you guys watch the videos, which enables us to continue doing it because we lose less money thanks to you watching. It's a vicious cycle, I should say. Wyatt, $3.99, thank you. Sam Jonas, $9.99, thank you. Oh boy, hey Randy, hope you're good watching from Britain. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope you're well too. I really do. I hope all of you are doing well right now. I know things are crazy. But yeah, let's just keeping things real, being realistic. When Tyler starts his videos, what does he tell you guys? And when he ends his videos, he tells you, don't be like me. Don't do what I do. He's telling you that for a reason. The same reason I tell you not to do it as well. Because most people are not in a situation where their business is videos of bad cars. Okay? Videos of bad cars translates into cash that mitigates the loss you as a normal individual buying a car would experience would you buy the same car. We don't want to see you guys get screwed. So that's why we tell you don't do this. The reason we do it is because it pays the bills and because it's a gamble, and everybody knows gambling is a very fun addiction. Right? Okay. So I never recommend that you buy sight unseen. Not ever. I mean, not ever should you buy sight unseen. I just don't recommend it. But alas, I did it twice today. In fact, I did it more than twice. I bought 4 cars today. Unfortunately, it looks like they're only going to give me 2. I bought 1 car from IAA and I bought 1 car from Copart. One is they're all imports, but one is an import, a more traditional type car, and the other one is a European car. So yeah, there you go. So stay tuned for that. I don't know when the videos are going to be coming out on that. It might be this week. It might be next week. I don't know. But I did want to let you guys know we did get a couple cars, and I did want to kind of explain. I've had a lot of people over the years asking why I tell you not to buy sight unseen, but then I turn around and do it myself. People call me a hypocrite, and it's like, I don't think people understand that. I guess a lot of people don't understand that buying these cars is what creates the content that pays my bills. If I don't buy the cars and I don't buy sight unseen from time to time, it's not as enjoyable of an experience as a viewer to watch this. Everybody loves what roadkill used to be, right? They used to go out and just find crap, buy it, put it on the road, and see what happens. I love doing that. I gotta admit it. I'm addicted to doing that. So I have a lot of people ask me also, why don't you get a trailer? Why don't you have your dolly? Why don't you trailer or tow these cars? Doesn't it seem stupid to drive them? Absolutely. You are absolutely right if you're not a YouTuber making money on the content. Explain to me, please, guys and gals, where is the content in towing a car home? Okay? If it's 15 miles from IAA to my house, what content do I have recording the car being towed? That's boring. That's not fun. The fun, the excitement is let's get in this car that we don't know anything about and let's drive it. And let's hope that all the lug nuts are tight. Let's hope that the suspension is intact. Let's get out, jump in this car that we know nothing about, and see if it's going to make it all the way home. With the Mercedes, the ML320, we didn't know buying it that the radiator was going to be busted, but we found out, and we drove it home, and it made it. And it was fun. It was fun because you never know what's going to happen. It's fun for me. It's an adrenaline rush for me, which is also an addiction. And it's fun for viewers to watch because secretly y'all are probably hoping the wheels are going to fall off while I'm driving as well. So you never know what's going to happen. All right. James Freeman, best wishes from the United Kingdom. Thank you to you as well, sir. I appreciate that. Sam Jonas, $4.99 super chat. Randy, I am a YouTuber. How's the Marauder? I need to get into the Marauder. Thank you for the super chat. I'll get into that in just a second. Matthew West, $19.99. Thank you, man. And Joe Man, $10. Number one fan. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I do. Okay. Keep the Mercury. I know. Are you talking about the Mercury or the Mercedes? I tend to get those confused when people type MERC. Ms. Marquette, $25. Hey, Randy, is it because the situation, the reason you can't do the walkarounds anymore, or is it something else? No need to go in depth. Just curious. I have no problem telling you exactly what that is. First of all, thank you for the super chat. And secondly, the reason is exactly because of the situation. They are not allowing me, and from what I understood, they weren't allowing anybody out there. I know I know that a TK is able to get out there, but it was my understanding that nobody's going to be going out there anymore. So I cannot go to these yards and inspect these cars or do the walk around videos for you guys until further notice. And that could be a long time from now. Tidy Bananas. I like that name. All right. Tidy Bananas, $2. Love the content, bud. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate all you guys' super chats. So yes, and we're going to get into the Copart walkarounds ending and what that means as well, because that has had a major impact on the revenue. Much larger impact than I anticipated. I knew that it was going to hurt. I knew it was going to sting. Didn't know how bad it was going to be, but it's getting real rough. But that's fine. It is what it is, man. At the end of the day, I still have my life. I still have my health. I still have my family. At the end of the day, it's all that matters. It's all that matters. So the Marauder, I put the Marauder up for $10,000 and it's not selling. I got an offer from somebody that sent me an email today. They offered me $6,500 for it, and they apologized for the lowball offer on it. But with the economy being in the state that it's in, that's all that they could do. And while I appreciate the offer of $6,500, there's no way I'm going to let that car go for $6,500. I paid $6,500 for it. I put 4 tires on it. I put a brand new base clear coat on it. I had every fluid in that car changed, so all fluids are fresh. There's no way I can let that car go for $6,500. There's just no way. I can't do it. I mean, hell, it even comes with a 2-year transferable for free powertrain warranty, motor, transmission, rear differential, all of that stuff for free with no deductibles either. So yeah, there's no way I can do that. Sicilian Redneck, I agree. I would love to do a collab with Weston. He is awesome. He really is. I love his channel. Thank you for the super chat. Coat 2001, watch you every day. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that as well. Yeah, 7,500 is not going to cover it either. It's just not on the Marauder. I will keep the Marauder regardless. I'm not driving it. which I feel really bad about. I feel really bad that I don't drive it because I really love that car. I've got so many cars, there's no possible way for me to drive them all. And that sucks. It really does. But, it is what it is. I'm not going to just give the Marauder away. In fact, I owe $8,000 on it because I borrowed a little more on it to put a little extra cash in my pocket. So I can't possibly let it go for anything less than $8,000. And even at $8,000, I don't think I can let it go for that. I just don't. So moving on from the Marauder, here's one more thing on the Marauder. I posted it on the internet for sale, right? And I have gotten so many responses from people that have no idea what it is. They think it's a Grand Marquis, or they think it's a Crown Vic. They think it's just some, everyday car, and they're like, "What's wrong with you? You can't sell that piece of crap for $10,000. For $10,000, can it fly?" It's like you don't even know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. So get the hell out of here. It was difficult for me to find that car for $6,500 with bad paint, bad tires, and needing a little bit of work. Okay? No, not going to happen. So moving on to how do I like the Tesla? I know I kind of touched on this earlier. The Tesla is... I'll be honest with you, I've been driving the pickup truck lately. The pickup truck has been my daily driver for 4 or 5 days now because I've been moving stuff back and forth. So it is so difficult to go from the Tesla to a gasoline car, and it is equally as difficult to go from a gasoline car to a electric car to a Tesla. The Tesla has that regenerative braking that it takes a while to get used to, and it has instant torque. Those two things right there, it takes some getting used to. So when you get used to it, and then you jump back in a gasoline car, and you realize there aren't regenerative brakes, it's confusing. And when you hit the gas and it doesn't immediately just fly on you, it takes some getting used to. The Warrior, hello Randy, hope all is going well, and thanks for the update. Hey man, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. So I love the Tesla and I love the gasoline cars as well. They're fun in their own ways. There's people that hate electric cars, and then you've got your electric car fanboys that hate gasoline cars. I'll be honest with you, I'm not doing it for the environment, guys. I personally, my belief, I'm not educated in this subject, but my personal belief, probably an ignorant belief, is that gasoline cars and the byproducts of burning fuel and creating oil, for the engines and everything, and the transmissions and hydraulic fluid for the brakes and stuff, I feel like that stuff is probably just as bad for the environment as these lithium-ion batteries are to make and dispose of. So I'm not really sure we're doing the Earth any favors. It's more like a facade, it's like a mask. It's something, in my opinion, that's probably just as ugly as gasoline/petrol, disguised in a pretty package. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. I'm just throwing that out there. That's how I feel about it. Okay, now we've talked about the Marauder, we've talked about the Tesla, and the Charger. Good. Very good. Okay, Jay wants to know about the police car, and that is what I wanted to talk about next, because I've got a lot of people asking about the police car. It just disappeared one day, and it hasn't been back. So a lot of you are curious about what's going on with it. DVD I'm glad you're still rocking the F-159. I appreciate the super chat. It's an F-150. I know I know you hit the 9. It's all right, man. I appreciate it. Kevin Price, welcome to the membership, man. I appreciate you joining. Man, you guys got me talking so much, I'm going to lose my voice here in a minute, and I'm not even sick. Okay, so the police car, that is... the police car, first of all, it's fine. It's fine. There is still work that needs done to the police car. It needs... I've got all the parts. We have it in paint right now. In fact, it's been in paint for a week, maybe pushing 2 weeks. Now, guys, when you see this car when it comes back, you're not going to recognize it. Okay, and I hope that it looks as good in person as it does in my head, which probably won't happen. But I went with a very bright color that I thought would suit it well. It's a color, I'll give you this, I'll give you a hint. It's a color that 1994 Dodge Vipers had available to them. It is the exact color, one of the exact colors of a 1994 Dodge Viper. It is going, I don't know, maybe it's going to come back, it's going to look absolutely hideous. I don't know. I don't know. Brad Stanley, thank you for the super chat, man. It's not. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say what color it is. But it should be pretty loud. It should be pretty loud. We got some decals for it. I'm not going to go too in depth on that either. It should come out looking good. And I didn't go half-ass on this car, guys. I went like all in on this car. I went with, oh boy, we got super chats coming in. EK Tech Talk, $5. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Randy, would love to do a collab with Watch JR Go. Yes. And Sarah Intuned. I don't think I know who Sarah Intuned is, and I feel bad about that because I got a feeling this is probably somebody who'd be great to collab with. I do know who Watch JR Go is, obviously, and I have actually been wanting to collab with him. I've been wanting to collab with Weston. The problem is our paths just never align. You know, it never works out just right where we can all meet up and do something. Weston has expressed interest in doing a collaboration with me. I'm definitely interested in doing one with him. And Watch JR Go has wanted to meet up with me, and I would love to meet him in person too. I think he's a cool guy, and I think he's doing some cool things on his channel. It just hasn't worked out that way yet. But I feel pretty confident that someday we will make that happen. And whoever Sarah Intuned is, I really hate when someone mentions a YouTuber and I don't know who they are, especially when I find out they're probably like a channel with 1 million subscribers, and I should know who they are. I'll look into that later. I appreciate that, EK Tech Talk. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for the super chat. Ed, thank you for the $20 super chat. Oh, we got super chats coming in left and right. Kyle, Randy, you talk about whatever made you stop driving Uber. Yeah, I'll talk about what made me stop driving for Uber. Absolutely. Watching replays when you're doing Uber, yeah. When it matched you to the closest rider. I remember that. Yeah, I can talk about that too after I get done talking about the cars and stuff. Merck's pint-sized... No, we ain't going there. $2 super chat. Thank you. Kevin Price, I love your channel and value. Make it seem like anything is possible. Repair work on anything, buy cars. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the super chat. David Morris, $2 super chat. Thank you. Okay, now I want to get on with this. So the police car hopefully will be done like any day now. Any day now that car should be finished. And once it gets back from paint, it's probably going to go in for detail. The interior is very dirty. It really needs a big cleaning on the inside. So probably take it down to the AutoSpot LLC and see if they can get the interior cleaned up. After that, we have a rack and pinion to install. The rack and pinion was damaged on that car. I have a new rack and pinion already ready to go in. It's easy to change. I also need a sway bar for that car. The sway bar was damaged. I also need sway bar bushings for that car as they were damaged. And I think once we get all of that stuff repaired, that car, that should be a great car. So a lot of people are wondering if we are selling it. And my initial response is going to be no. And then I'm going to follow that up with everything has a price. You know, everything's for sale, to quote Lucky's Wheels and Deals. Everything is for sale for the right price. Now, I was thinking the right price for that car should be $4,500 And I feel like that's a very fair price for the car, considering what it should look like when it comes out. And that's all assuming that in my head it's going to look as good in person as I see it looking in my head, and I hope it does. Luke Vlogs, $2 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. So I don't want to sell the Charger. Like, not at all. Not at all. I can't get into it. So you'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping that I can really make one hell of a video for the reveal of that car. Like, I really want to spend a little more time on editing, maybe try a few new things with it to really make the video pop for you guys. We'll see how that goes, though. So, yeah, Marauders for sale. The Charger, I don't want to sell, but we may have to. And that's kind of leading into the next part of the video, which is money. Ethan, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Stream from the new house. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, so, and Joel R, here's a little something. I appreciate that, Joel. Thank you. I really do. I appreciate all of you for pitching in here and helping out. I really do. I use Final Cut Pro for editing, and I've got a Mac that I use. Okay, so money, and this is kind of a two-part subject. Number one, I've won a ton of cars lately. Like, I have been bidding on all these cars with the ability, of course, to pay for them all. I'm not going to bid on cars if I can't pay for them. Ed wants the Marauder. Man, it's yours if the price is right. Anybody interested, you can hit me up, autoauctionrebuilds@gmail.com. Obviously, the Marauder is a personal car that belongs to me personally. That one I can sell to one of you, me to you, but keep in mind other cars like the Charger and stuff, these are not personal cars. These are cars registered to my business, and as a wholesale dealer, I cannot sell those to you. You would have to buy them from another dealer. Like, it just depends on who's got the money and how much they're willing to spend. But I could sell it to Weird Beard. Weird Beard could sell it to you. That's how that works. I cannot consign cars. You can't do that either. I can't hand a car to this dealer and a car to this dealer and then sell it through them. That's illegal as well. So you got to keep in mind, these dealers have to buy the cars from me. Okay, so they got to put up the money up front to buy it from me. And then they have to figure out who to sell it to. And with times being the way they are, that's difficult to do. So, again, Sicilian Redneck, it'd be funny if the police department wanted to buy it back. Now, that would be funny. That would be funny if the police department wanted to buy that car back. That would actually be really cool. Funny person, are you painting the Avenger? Yes, the Avenger is in paint. The Avenger's actually been in paint for 3 days now. You guys, please listen to me. Follow me on Instagram. Even if you don't follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, Auto Auction Rebuilds. I posted a picture of that Avenger at paint like 3 days ago. Like, you guys will see stuff that's going on with Auto Auction Rebuilds days, sometimes a week or more, before you're ever going to see a video on it. Okay, so back to the kind of two-part deal with finances, money, that type of stuff. Cars have been very difficult to get, and I'm really confused as to why. I know I'm not the only one experiencing this. Now, as a dealer, I can go to, number one, as a dealer, and I know there's a lot of controversy behind this, but every state makes their own laws. Okay, there are federal guidelines for the whole shelter-in-place type thing regarding the situation. But each state regulates themselves. That's important to remember, okay? So our state has started implementing these shelter-in-place type scenarios here and there. Almost all businesses are closed with the exception of essential businesses. Well, our mayor has, or maybe it was the governor, I can't remember if this was on the city level or on the state level anymore. I can't remember. But they have amended the federal guidelines to include car dealers, and not just serviceable car dealers, meaning you have to have a service department. Car dealers are, in Oklahoma, considered an essential business. So I am permitted to be out and about running my business. I'm allowed to do that. With that said, I'm also a responsible human being and a citizen, contrary to what most of you probably think. I am not trying to go out here and make people sick, nor am I trying to go out and get sick or get my family sick either. I spend as much time as possible avoiding people lately. I don't want to be around people or around things that random people have been touching on. So, with that said, a lot of you wonder why I don't go to these dealer auctions. Why am I not going? There's so many dealer auctions that you can go to out here. There's so many of them, and I'm not going to any of them. Why? Well, number one, I thoroughly enjoy going to the insurance auctions. I really do love them. I know them. You know what I mean? That's kind of my wheelhouse. This is what I've been doing. I'm familiar with it. I enjoy it. I know the system. I know how it works, and I like doing it. These other things are unfamiliar to me. It's all something new. You got to go to a new place. You got to figure out how it works. Not a lot of fun for me to begin with. And on top of that, with the current situation, do I really want to be in a crowded room with 30, 40, or 50 other people? Which technically I don't even think you can do. I'm pretty sure even in Oklahoma, it's 10 people maximum in a space. So I don't even know how that works. So with the insurance auctions, obviously these are online only. I don't have to get out of the house. I don't have to be around a whole bunch of people. And when you go inside of the buildings, they only allow 4 people in at once at Copart. At IAA, they went even further. IAA only allows 1 person in the building at a time, period. The rest of you got to stand outside and wait your turn, okay? So, and why not Instagram before YouTube? Because Instagram doesn't pay me for my videos, guys. Instagram and Facebook doesn't pay me anything. YouTube is the only platform currently that pays me. And if you stick around long enough through this video, I got a phone call today from in fact, if I can pull this up without giving out any other numbers, I received multiple calls today from a no caller ID number. Several phone calls today from this number called me back to back and told me they were YouTube and they were calling me to warn me that my channel may be getting shut down. Stay tuned for that. We'll talk about that at the very end of the video. What was your favorite car you ever owned? Oh, goodness. Funny person, I appreciate the super chat. I don't think you understand how loaded of a question that is. I have owned... When I say hundreds, I'm talking at a minimum high hundreds, like pushing 4 figures, maybe even broken into the 4 figures by now, maybe. Honestly, if I looked at all the cars I've owned to date, currently I would say that the most favorite car I've ever had was the Tesla. And it is simply because it is not because of the gas versus not that at all. I have never been in a car that has had the kind of torque and 0 to 60 times that Tesla has. Never. And I know there's a lot of people talk trash about the Tesla. It's a crappy car. It's a dorky car. It's a car for dorks that want to talk big. It's not. It's truly a phenomenal driving experience like nothing I've ever driven before. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of gas cars out there that would give you a similar, maybe even or even a better experience. But personally, for me, this is the most fun I've ever had in a car. And I can also say this. I got the Camaro SS up to 140 miles an hour last night. There was a witness with me that could prove that, or at least validate that claim. That Camaro at 140 was as solid, smooth, and in control as if you're doing 45 miles an hour. It was truly amazing. I've never had that car up that fast, but I was actually out in the Camaro the other day, and it was truly an enjoyable experience. Okay. No, that's not an April Fool's joke, guys, about the phone call. Absolutely not. Like I said, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that after because, we'll talk about it, okay? But I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I am not saying this as an April Fool's joke. Not at all. Not at all. That phone call happened. Back-to-back phone calls really happened. And what they told me was that the not I'm sorry, I may have misled you when I said they were talking about shutting my channel down. They said they were considering demonetizing my channel, which is the same thing. Demonetizing my channel is taking away my ability to support my family, to support my business, and inevitably leads me to bankruptcy. Honestly, like that's exactly where that goes. So it could ruin everything. That's absolutely real. What I'm telling you is absolutely real. But I'll get into that because the reason they gave me for it is in New York. If you're still around, Lunar Outlaw, you guys, it's something, boy. Let me tell you, it's. All right, I'm trying not to get sidetracked because that phone call actually pissed me off. Like really pissed me off with all the things. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked. I don't want to get sidetracked. So now we're going to talk about the money and the buying experience from Copart and IA. For the last couple weeks, as I said earlier, I have won a lot of cars. And I've been excited about it because I'm like, yes, I got this one. Yes, I got this one. Yes, I got this one. An S-Class Mercedes. I have won an S-Class Mercedes 2 freaking weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. It's perfect because it's a non-runner with mechanical damage. I am dying to get my hands on this S-Class and find out what the deal is with it. Well, unfortunately, and this has been the case with many of these fun cars that personally I feel like they're fun cars for the channel. It has been the same situation with each of them. I am the highest bidder. Nobody bids higher than me on these. And I'm even willing to go further than that. With Copart, they counter offer you 99% of the time. I'm the high bidder, they want more. So I'm trying to work this out. I give a little, and they take a lot. With Copart, they have been coming back with ridiculous numbers on some of these cars, guys. Like a car that I'm bidding $300-$400 on, just because screw it, see what happens. Maybe it'll be something. Maybe it'll be a piece of crap. I don't know. Who cares? It's entertaining for you, and it's entertaining for me as well, and it pays the bills. Well, they come back on these $300-$400 cars. They want $1,200-$1,500 for these things? Are you kidding me? These cars are listed as non-runners. And who's going to pay that? Especially with the economy in the current state that it's in. You can't, as a seller, expect to get top dollar for cars today. You can't. And we'll get to that in a minute because that also directly affects my business as well. So these sellers, they're out of their minds. They're out of their minds. So it's been wasting a lot of my time because I find these cars almost a full week in advance and I watch them. I pre-bid on them and I wait. Then the auction comes up and I will spend hours at each auction. Hours making sure that if my pre-bid gets blown out of the water, maybe I will still bid a little bit more because I want the car that badly. Okay? And it's been a colossal waste of my time, and I really hate having my time wasted. So I've won cars at Copart. That's been my situation. Is they come back and they're ridiculous numbers. They're ridiculous numbers. The same thing with IAA. There's a car that I've bid on. There's a car that I've been on multiple weeks in a row now, 2 or 3. I think it's been 3 weeks in a row now that I have bid $550 on. And that's being very generous. Okay, this is a non-running car. It's most likely broken. They come back asking me for $1,800, and I'm just like, nobody is going to pay you $1,800 for this, number one, old, and number two, broken car. Nobody's going to pay that. You're out of your mind. Yet every week, I'm the high bidder on it again, and every week they do the same thing to me over and over. Now, with that said, there is some good news. There is one car that is actually both cars that I won today. These are cars that I have been bidding on for, one of them I believe I bid on last week, and the other one I've actually bid on for at least 2 weeks now, and I finally won both of them. So one car I picked up for $175. What's crazy is the $175 car is a run and drive. There's another car I won for $600. The second car is a $600 car, and it's a non-runner. It's enhanced. It doesn't run. It doesn't do anything. So I ended up bidding $600 on a car that doesn't run and $175 winning bid on a car that runs and drives. This should be a very interesting couple of videos, guys. This should be real interesting. ZXR Eagle, have you ever owned a Subaru? I have. I've actually owned, oh man, what was it? The Subaru, God, this is back in the day. This would have been like late 90s. A Subaru, was it a Legacy? A Subaru Legacy? I think it's a Legacy. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a Subaru Legacy. All-wheel drive, little tiny compact car, itty bitty little thing. Okay. So anyway, now we're going to move on from talking about the cars that I've won and the issues that I've been having. I definitely wanted to make sure you guys knew Steve Simmons. Welcome to the membership, man. Thank you for joining. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. That really helps out, man. It does. What's up, Uber guy? Ed Bowling, $5 super chat. No, I'm just kidding. Ed Tapple or Tapple. I'm sure one of those is right. I apologize if I got it wrong. If someone wants to buy a car from you, how do they contact you? You can email me at autoauctionrebuilds@gmail.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me. So there's been issues getting cars from the auctions. That's the first issue, is with the economy being the way it is, people are bidding less on cars, which is good for me because I'm ready to buy more cars. That's what I'm ready to do. I'm ready to make content. I'm ready to sell cars. So maybe it was a Subaru Justy. I can't see your name. I'm sorry. I really should be wearing some kind of glasses. I can't see your name. And then Luke Vlogs, thank you for joining, man. I appreciate that. I think you're right. I think it was a Subaru Justy. Okay, so cars are going cheaper than normal because of the whole situation going on right now. And the reason cars are going cheaper at auction is because buyers are not buying cars right now. It is a very slow time. This is a very difficult situation for a dealership to be in because the cars that you do buy, although you can usually get them relatively cheap in comparison to, this would be tax time right now, guys. Normally cars are through the roof right now. Well, people aren't buying cars. If consumers aren't buying cars from dealers, dealers can't spend a lot of money buying cars from auctions. That's just the way it is. So everybody has to give if you want to keep the car business moving along. And the problem I'm having is that the sellers at the auctions are still asking, it's like they still think it's tax time. They seem to be under the illusion that everything is okay with the world today and it's tax time and cars are worth top dollar, when in reality it's the opposite. Cars are worth less now than they've ever been worth thanks to this. So that's the issue I'm facing, is I'm having a hard time bringing cars to the channel because sellers aren't wanting to let them go. And I can't overpay on these cars because I actually need to be trying to make a profit on them. And that leads us into the money side of YouTube and how it is collapsing right now. Okay. And please, this is not, I'm not sitting here begging or crying about money problems. That is not what this is about. I am simply here to articulate the reality of the situation that I am facing right now. I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for myself, and I can speak for the numbers that I am seeing currently. Now, it's no secret, I make very decent money on YouTube, right? Generally it's around $20,000 a month. Sometimes it's a little more and sometimes it's a little less. Around $20 a month. Yeah, around $20,000 a month. So we've got a $2 super chat from Alamari. Thank you. I appreciate that. Truly. Thank you. So I don't need $20,000 a month to survive, obviously, but there is a fairly significant portion of that I need to pay all of my bills. And we're not going to get into, I don't know how to manage money. I don't understand finances. What I do understand is that when you make X amount of dollars per month regularly throughout the course of a year, you start spending money based on your income. Now, I like to play it safe, so while a lot of you think that I spend too much money on cars, the truth of the matter is the cars are the majority of my expenses. I'm not going to hide that from you. My car payments and the cars I buy from auctions are obviously the bulk of my monthly expenses. But at the rate that I was pulling in money from YouTube, it's a small fraction, like maybe a fifth to a sixth of my monthly YouTube revenue is what is spent on these cars. That's a fairly safe area to be in, at least I feel. So what I have noticed over these last 2 to 3 weeks is a significant drop in income. And I mean significant. Like, we're talking, my channel has dropped from $21,000 and change last month to $16,000 today. As of today, it's down to $16,000 and it's dropping again. So there's a lot to be concerned about. I'm keeping a very close eye on it. And that's another thing. I got to be careful how much I'm spending on these cars, on getting paint jobs done, on things like that. Anyway, I've got to be very careful about not spending too much money on cars and not having enough money next month should this YouTube crash that I'm experiencing continue on the path it's on. Losing over $5,000 in the course of the last 3 weeks, that is huge. Like, that is, I mean, surely you guys can agree with that. That's huge. That's insanely huge. That's a lot of money. So I am prepared should things go south. I've got enough money to keep me going for a while. I don't think there'll be any problems with that. But I definitely have to be careful. I've got to be a little more cautious. So these sight unseen cars, I've got to spend a little more time making sure I know what I'm buying, or trying to anyway, and not be so gung-ho about just dropping money on these cars, because I need to really, that's why I've been saying in the last couple of videos, I'm trying to make a profit on these cars, which is something I normally don't do. This is why. This is why I'm trying to focus on making a profit on the car sales themselves, because if I'm not making a profit on the car sales, and if YouTube money continues to crash the way it's crashing, YouTube will no longer be offsetting the amount of money that I'm spending on these cars. And that is a bad situation to be in. What is that? Jedi Boy from New Zealand, $3.49. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Carrington Hollister, thank you for the $2 super chat, man. I appreciate that. So anyway, hopefully we can just move past the whole money situation. I really didn't want to spend a lot of time talking about money anyway. You know, it is what it is. And I know there's a lot of people out there that probably think, well, okay, $20,000 a month is a lot of money. And yeah, it absolutely is. And then there's people who are like, well, okay, so you're still making $16,000 a month. That's still a lot of money. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to lie. You remember where I came from, guys. I never thought I'd see this kind of money in my life. So yeah, it's a lot of money. But at the same time, you know what? A lot of people think about that kind of money and they're like, what, first class people problems, middle class people problems? Well, you know, I can understand why you might think that, but there's no difference between you and me. There's no difference between a guy that's working at McDonald's, living check to check to pay his rent, than me. We're all out here doing the same thing. The only difference are numbers and money, which money's fake. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but money's not real. It was created by people. It's not real. Money is a piece of paper. Now, granted, it is very real in a few aspects. If you need legal representation and you're poor, you're going to get screwed and nailed to the wall. If you're rich and you have millions of dollars, you can afford the best representation in the world, and you could probably commit murder and get away with it. There are definitely times when having money is crucial to surviving, or crucial to being able to get away with things, whatever. East Coast Classics, welcome to Tier 1. Thank you for joining. My state will be initiating a lockdown tomorrow. Carrington, man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That's rough. It definitely rough. But at the same time, I remember, I can't remember who it was that told me this, but I remember it was back in the day when I didn't have any money, and it was probably a boss or something who was fairly wealthy, and he was a very humble gentleman. And I remember him telling me back then that, do you know what the difference is between me and you? And I was like, well, yeah, you're loaded and I'm broke and I live in a trailer. And he said, the difference between me and you are the numbers of zeros deposited in my bank account. That's it. And that's very true to this day. I don't care if you're a millionaire. Obviously, a millionaire is going to look at what I make and they're going to be like, that's nothing. But you know what? I'm still a person just like you. We go to the bathroom the same way. We put our socks on the same way. We get dressed the same way. We're all people. What's in our bank accounts doesn't make any one of us better than the other. It doesn't. In fact, there's a lot of people that have a lot of money that are definitely worse people than I am and worse people than you. So, money's great to have. It can make life easier. It can also make life a hell of a lot harder, a hell of a lot more complicated. And that is where we're going to move into the next portion of this video, which is what happened to the fun. And this is something that's really bothered me today, and this is where I'm going to get into the phone call as well. The Warrior, $5 super chat. So what's your favorite old muscle car? I have an 86 IROC Z28, 99% original, never seen snow. Wow. Well, owned it for 27 years. The Warrior, I can answer that like that. Sounds like it's pouring rain outside. That would be a C3 Corvette. And I know, why not a C1 or a C2, right? The real Corvettes, right? The C3s were, for most people, the C3s were not a real Corvette. But, man, I have had a thing for the C3 Corvette since forever. Like forever, man. That is my favorite old school car. And I know, why not a Nova, right? Why not an old Mustang, an old Camaro, 60s Camaro? That's just not my thing, man. I've always had a thing for those C3 Corvettes. Yeah, for better or worse. Thank you for the super chat, TK. Okay, so now we're going to move on to what happened to the fun. And that's kind of a huge deal for me. There are a lot of people on YouTube. I'm sure a lot of you have seen channels where the host burned out. It's like a light bulb, man. You run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and eventually you just burn out and you're done. And that's it. I don't want that to happen to me, but I was actually outside earlier after I got the phone call. That's the thing. I got the phone call. I was getting back-to-back no-call ID phone calls. And a gentleman, I finally got aggravated, and I answered the phone. And a gentleman said that he had important information, that he works at YouTube as a reviewer. He reviews channels that are in the process of being demonetized and or shut down. And I said, obviously I don't believe that, right? I'm like, oh, okay. And he said that that YouTube was about to shut me down over TK. And I'm like, okay, already to begin with, the phone call itself made no sense. But to tell me that that YouTube is in the process of demonetizing and or shutting me down because of TK from TK's garage, that makes even less sense. Like, not at all. But that's not necessarily the point. Okay? This is bothersome. Number one, the fact that somebody has my phone number. Where did you get my number from? I don't know. I don't know how you got my number. But somebody got my phone number. And then they are threatening my livelihood because of TK. And as I said to him, look, I don't want to get into this whole TK thing. Personally, I like TK. He's actually, there's a lot of my subscribers completely don't like him. I'm not sure why. He's actually a good guy. He's fun to hang around. But it is what it is. For whatever reason, my subscribers personally just don't care for TK, and that's fine. I respect you and your opinion, and hopefully you can respect mine. I like him, but since my subscribers do not, we have not been doing collaborations together anymore because my people did not enjoy the content. If my people are not enjoying the content, and when I say my people, I mean my viewers, not like I own my subscribers or anything like that. I don't want you to get that twisted. But my subscribers do not enjoy the content. They don't watch the videos. If they don't watch the videos, I don't get paid. So, it stands to reason. If you folks don't care for TK, then, we can't do collaborations, which sucks. But, on the flip side, TK is still my friend. Whether, my viewers like him or not, I still do. So we stopped doing videos together. And that actually kind of hurt my feelings to have to do that. Like, we'll get into that because that's part of what happened to the fun. That's part of it. And I'll get into that. But we're going to go back to this phone call now. So this guy tells me, and I tell the guy, I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, he said because TK cusses, TK drinks, and he said TK had a child in his video. What? Okay, maybe I missed it. I don't know. But if TK had a child in his video, what the hell does that have to do? There are times I put a child in my video too. It happens. What does this have to do with? And I was like, okay, I said, listen, TK hasn't been in one of my videos for like a month now. He hasn't even been here. So what does TK have to do with you shutting my channel down? And he said, well, the higher ups, if they knew I was talking to you, I would lose my job. He's like, but the truth is they don't like him. They don't like him, and he's cussing in his videos. And he said that he told me that TK made a video today or something. I haven't seen it. And TK talked about me a lot. And because TK was talking about me in his video, they were going to shut my channel down. And okay, listen. Number one, I'm not stupid. Okay, I'm actually a pretty smart guy most of the time. I may not make the best decisions when it comes to purchasing cars, but for the most part, I'm a pretty smart guy. So, to call me, number one, to get my number and then call me, there's something very wrong with that. That's very invasive. That's intrusive. It's a violation of my privacy. Number two, to tell me some bullshit story that TK is making his own videos on his own channel, which, by the way, his channel is doing very well. His channel is growing rapidly. He's doing very well on YouTube. So to tell me that because he said something and is doing something on his channel in his videos, you're going to shut me down? You're full of shit, dude. I'm sorry, you're full of shit. Really? Let me explain this to you. YouTube takes approximately 50% of my income. So when I make $20,000 in a month, YouTube also makes $20,000 in a month. That's how that works, guys. It is split almost 50-50. You think YouTube is going to shut down? They're going to throw away $20,000 a month because TK is saying and doing something on his channel in his videos that I have no control over? Come on. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's a scare tactic is what it is. It's absolutely a scare tactic. And here's the part that really grinds my gears. You guys remember that? You know what really grinds my gears? Oh, TK's here. What's up, man? What's up? Good to see you here, TK. Man, we were just talking about you, if you can probably see from the comments. Look, here's the thing. It's not the C thing. Here's the deal, man. Okay, so you call my personal phone number, and like a business, you do it from a no caller ID number, right? And then you feed me this BS story. I'm smart enough to know this is bullshit. Okay, But people are blowing up your DM. Can somebody in a comment just comment down to TK just basically what happened? So, in fact, I'll just kind of go over it again. All right. So TK, somebody called me from a no caller ID number today. And I'm going to run through this just real quick because I've already talked about it. I don't want you guys to get bored and walk away. Okay, I had multiple missed calls, and it finally pissed me off to the point I answered it. And it's a gentleman claiming to be from YouTube who basically, short story, he told me YouTube themselves are about to demonetize and or shut down my channel because of you. Okay, now. Obviously it's bullshit, but that's not really the point. What bothers me the most is, number one, that someone would resort to scare tactics to what end? To what end? TK hasn't been in a single video of mine. How long's it been, TK? A month? It's been like a month since you've been in a single video of mine? What? What are you talking about? So, and I told him that. I said, TK's not even been in a video of mine. What are you talking about? And the dude literally, TK, he literally told me that because you mentioned my name in a recent video of yours, and because you had a child in one of your recent videos, YouTube was going to shut me down. Literally, that was the guy's story. I was going to get shut down because of something he's doing on his own channel. And I'm like, this is one of the most ridiculous bullshit stories I have ever heard in my life. So here's the problem with it. There's no problem with TK. And TK, I hope you know that, obviously. It's whatever. This is bullshit. But let me tell you what really grinds my gears about this. And that is, like I said, number one, calling from a no-caller ID number so that you can't be traced. Okay, number one, that's a bitch move. It's a bitch move. Just, that's what that is. Number two, really for a moment, guys and gals, take into consideration the times that we're living in today. Think about, let me tell you, man, I go to the grocery store occasionally. And I don't hoard. I'm not trying to take away from other people that might need food or toilet paper. But I try to get enough so that I don't have to go back to the grocery store for the rest of the week. Okay? I go to the grocery store, and every week it's worse. Every week there's less food. Every week there's more people walking around with masks on their faces. And it's just a disturbing reminder that things are not okay right now. You know what I mean? Things are not okay. So, considering the state that we are all in right now, using no caller ID, invading my privacy, violating my privacy by calling me, and then resorting to scare tactics, to what end though? That's the, like, and the guy was like, now we over here at YouTube, we love your videos. We do. We find your videos very informative, but we don't like that TK. YouTube doesn't do that, guys. That's not how YouTube works. Believe me when I tell you, YouTube does not call you and give you a heads up. All right? They don't. Carrington Hollister, bring back TK or boycott less. No. We're not boycotting YouTube. Listen, man, this wasn't YouTube. This wasn't YouTube, man. This is, but I must have missed TK's comment. Like, I'm getting a headache just from dealing with all the stress that I've been dealing with over the last couple of days. It's, even if it is an April Fool's joke, Randy, you got trolled. Yeah, I agree. I do, but exactly, TK, they would have called you. So it's just with the state that everybody is in right now, the uncertainty and the fear, the anxiety, take that and couple that with the fact that I just had to move an entire freaking house in 2 days. I am in so much pain. It's unbelievable. Okay, I don't have the patience for this right now. I really don't. I'm not in the best of moods. And you take that and you couple that with the fact that Copart is not allowing me to do my walkarounds anymore. My walkarounds consist of approximately a third to a quarter of my entire monthly revenue. Then you couple that with the fact that I've seen a drop in revenue of $4,000 over the last few days. Okay, you see where I'm going with this? There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. The last thing I need is some dumbass calling me up and resorting to some kind of scare tactics that I don't even understand what the end goal was, unless it was nothing more than just an April Fool's joke, which that was in bad taste. I'm just going to say there's enough going on in my life right now and everybody's life. We don't need things like this going on. Tony, I appreciate the super chat. Don't let them get in your way. I love watching your videos and love all the info about cars you don't deserve. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the super chat. I really do. It is a stressful time, but we don't need to be doing things like that to one another. You know, and I have my suspicions. TK, if you remember, a certain person that was from a certain company that sold a certain Corvette. TK was here. He witnessed and saw some really sketchy things when he was here. All right, so I'll just drop it at that. But this isn't the time for that stuff, man. This isn't the time for that stuff. Exactly. Christopher Raconse, I probably got that wrong, but that's another possibility. Absolutely. Jay's Mobile Mechanic Service. What's up, man? What's up? Good to see you again. I hope you're doing all right, buddy. I haven't seen you in a long time. Jay's Mobile Mechanic Services. Go subscribe to him if you would. He's the guy, for most of you that probably haven't seen the video, he helped rebuild the Cadillac SRX that we got for like $300. He got the parts from Texas, brought them up here. He was a huge help. As for, is this deal with Copart permanent? Not to my knowledge. From what they told me, this would go back to normal eventually. That all depends on how soon the situation is resolved. So this could be a month. This could be 2 months. Hell, it could be the rest of the year. We don't know. Nobody seems to really know how long the situation is going to last for. But as long as it does, there's no more Copart walk around for me. And like I said, that is a huge chunk of my income gone, just like that. So I'm dealing with the stress of that, along with dealing with the stress of the situation that we're all facing right now. The stress of having to move. The stress of trying to bid on these cars, but sellers not wanting to sell them to me. And then the stress of having cars that I'm trying to sell, but can't sell because nobody's buying. It's a very, very stressful time. A.R. Riemann, $4.99 super chat. We do like TK, by the way, and most of his subscribers are from your channel. Hey, and that's true. That's true. And I understand that's true. But I don't think you guys understand how many people, it was like people started boycotting the channel. It got that bad. It got so bad that I could no longer ignore it. So, yeah, Todd Donna, $10 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mr. RS, welcome to Tier 1, which is the only tier I have, but I appreciate you joining the membership. William Edwards just sent a $2 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that as well. Okay. So, yeah, moving on. There's no, not on my end anyway. I don't think TK has any problem. I don't have any problem with him either. Like I said, he's a fun guy to be around. He really is. And one of his best traits, I think, is that he just doesn't give he doesn't give a crap. I try to keep it family friendly. Maybe that's okay to say. He says what's on his mind. And he don't care. Like it's truly a unique experience to go places with TK. So if any of you ever have the opportunity, you're local to where he is at any given time, oh, definitely go out with him a few times because you're going to have an experience. Lunar Outlaws Garage. Definitely, hey, yeah, don't forget to subscribe to Lunar Outlaw as well, guys. He's doing that amazing GS build, man. And it's come a long way, and I can't wait to see this thing fired up for the first time, man. Like, well, technically, it kind of fired up before, sort of, but I want to hear this thing roar, man. I really do. Yeah, Lunar Outlaw. No, I disagree, man. No, I appreciate you giving me a shout out and everything, but I don't think it's because of me that you're at 2,600 subscribers. I'm sure I helped out a little bit, but here's the thing I tell everybody. It doesn't matter if I go out. There was a certain channel, Sapir something, I don't remember what it was, but flopping or flipping something, I don't remember. Anyway, there was a certain channel that I gave shouts out to pretty regularly back in the day. That channel never took off. Never took off. I can shout you out all day long till I'm blue in the face. But if people don't like you, they're not going to subscribe to you. You know what I mean, Lunar Outlaw? So I hope you definitely give yourself the credit. The same with TK. Okay, I can point people in your direction, but if you're not good at what you do, the people aren't going to subscribe and they're not going to want to watch your videos. So I'll accept a little bit of credibility for pointing people in your direction, but ultimately, you are the one that made the content, and you are the one that got the people to actually subscribe. All I did is point my finger and go, this guy right here, go there. That's all I did. That's all I did, man. You got good content. People like you, and congratulations on it. I think your channel is going to be really good. TK's channel is blowing up right now, man. So, you know, obviously... And I think things would be different. I really enjoyed doing the collabs with TK. Like, I really did. I really did. I had a lot of fun doing it. And it really... This goes back to where did the fun go, right? Doing this with TK was fun. I was really enjoying doing this with him, but... You know, my subscribers started dropping off like flies, and people were literally, like, boycotting. I couldn't make a video... that my comment section wasn't flooded, like from top to bottom. It was just getting flooded with people that just was hating TK on the channel. And that was kind of a time when I realized something that really disappointed me. Taylor, thank you for the super chat. I do not play Fortnite though, but thank you for the super chat. That's when I realized that this is no longer just fun. This is no longer just my hobby. This is what I started the channel out to be, was fun. I started out to be fun and kind of a hobby that I could share with my audience. When everybody jumped on board and started unsubscribing and started leaving nasty comments, that's when I realized, wow, it's kind of my own doing. But I turned this entertaining thing that I was doing for YouTube. Yeah, exactly, TK. And that hit me hard. That hit me real hard when I had to accept that I had built a business out of my hobby. And for any of you YouTubers out there, any of you small channels just getting started, any of you noobs out there, I caution you against that. You better be sure you know what you're wanting out of this before you do what I did. Yes, I have watched The Tiger King. I've seen every damn episode. I live in Oklahoma, and he's from Oklahoma. I think the dude's awesome, and I'm going to say this one time. Children are present, cover their ears, send them out of the room for 1 second. Fuck Carol Baskins. Baskins. Fuck Carol Baskins, bitch. Okay, anyway. Anyway. So listen, I know there's a lot of you on here right now. In fact, in the live chat, that you're just starting out with your YouTube channels. You're real small right now. Just really think about it. Really think about it, because this really did start out for me as just some fun side thing that I was doing. Man, it was great, because I didn't really have to care about whether people loved what I did, hated what I did, liked it, didn't like it. It didn't matter. It was just for me. I did it for fun, to put what I'm doing as enjoyment out for the world to see. And the people that liked it, that's great. And the people that didn't have to watch. The problem is when you know that saying, who was that? Biggie Smalls? Mo money, mo problems. Boy, let me tell you. I inadvertently built this business that I didn't even realize was a business as I was building it. For me, it was a hobby. It was fun. And if you guys been around for a while, you've seen what I've gone through. You have followed me for any length of time. You have seen me go from someone that was just playing with these broken cars as a hobby in my front yard, to getting sued by the state, to being shut down completely, to then opening a shop that was strictly for my personal use, to getting again attacked by the city, to almost getting arrested, to having a permanent injunction filed against me. You have seen to losing my shop completely, being locked out of my own place. You've seen some real crazy things happen on here. And this is not what I started out to build. I didn't set out to build a business that made $250,000 a year. All I wanted to do was take these forgive me, these crappy little cars that I enjoy so much. I just wanted to take cars that were headed to the scrapper, put them back on the road, because someone could use that car more than the scrapyard could. You know, I wanted to be able to take cars, put them back together, make them good cars for people, make a few dollars for myself, customer gets a good car, everybody's happy. And I wanted to video document the whole series from start to finish on each car. That's all it was. It was just fun. And then it got legal, with, you've got to have a dealership. Well, you can't just have a dealership, guys. It doesn't work that way. You don't get to wake up one day and go, you know what? I think I'm going to open a dealership today. It's this beautiful Sunday morning. I'm just going to start a dealership. No, you're not. No, you're not. Oklahoma. Robert, thank you for the super chat, man. Oklahoma is one of the easiest places to get a dealer's license in. And let me tell you, it wasn't exactly easy. TNK Classics, $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the haters started snitching. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. It started out so simple and somehow evolved into this legal, complicated mess that I'm kind of sitting in today. And please don't mistake what I'm saying as me crying or complaining about, oh, woe is me and my problems. That's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. I'm just trying to make sure that those of you out there that are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or you already started a YouTube channel and you're wanting to grow. Look, I can remember when I had no subscribers, none. All right, I can remember when I hit 100,000 subscribers and it was like, wow, I'm approaching 250,000 subscribers right now. And it's still completely insane. And if I remember right, when I started watching Sam Crack, he was sitting about where I am right now. He was sitting at about 250,000 subscribers. So, Dennis, welcome to Tier 1, man. Thank you for joining the membership. So it's not really a far-fetch for someone with 500 subscribers to sit there and go, I wonder if I can make it to 100,000. Yeah, absolutely, if you're serious about it. But before you do this, before you go on this journey like I did, where you want I'll be honest with you about something. I don't think I've ever told anybody this. Everybody wants like fame and fortune, right? This has never been me. I don't care about the fame. I don't really want fame. I just want the money. I just want the money. I'll take the money. I don't really need, I don't really care for the whole fame thing. Now, don't get me wrong. It is cool when people run up to me in public, or not run up on me, but walk up to me. They're like, man, from YouTube? Yeah, cool. I love meeting people. I love talking to people, obviously. But it was never like a dream of mine to be known by a bunch of people. Always a dream of mine to have a few dollars in my pocket and be able to have a comfortable life, but never really wanted to be a famous person. And I'm not famous. I don't want anybody, the haters are going to come back later and they're going to be like, oh, he thinks he's famous. Please, God, I feel like I have to explain every statement I make just so that someone can't come back later and twist my words around into something different. But, just be careful. I just caution you, smaller YouTubers, people that think about starting a YouTube channel, please understand that it can grow into something that's not fun anymore. It really can. That's why you see so many YouTubers that literally burned out. It's just like a light bulb, man. You just go and go and go, and then one day you can't do it anymore. It doesn't matter how much they're paying you. It doesn't matter if you're making $1 million a year. You just can't do it anymore. It's too much. Young Lit, thank you for the $5 super chat. The Sierra Wagon, you remember that? I forgot all about the Sierra Wagon, man. That was a good find. And that the Porsche Vert were my favorites. I believe that Porsche was a 911. But yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here. You've been here a while if you remember that Sierra Wagon. So anyway, that's all I wanted to caution you on is just be aware that, especially when you're in the car industry, there's a lot of rules and regulations to this, guys. You can't just buy and sell cars. You can't just buy cars, make videos, and sell them. Eventually, someone's going to snitch on you. That's a promise. That's not even an if. That is a guarantee. Somebody will snitch you out to your city, to your county, to your state. It is inevitable. So if you're going to buy, fix, and flip cars, you better make sure you get your shit legal ASAP. Because the bigger you get, the more haters there's going to be, the more attention it's going to be drawn to you. And eventually, you need that knock on the door, man. And I can tell you from personal experience, you don't want the city, the state, or the county looking at you doing something like flipping cars without a license. It's trust me when I tell you, it's not worth it. It's not. The expense is ridiculous. And back to what I was saying about opening a dealership. So many people think it's just, no. Like I said, Oklahoma is one of the easiest states to do it, one of the cheapest states to do it in. And even at the cheapest, because I already have a location, it still costs me probably around $5,000 total. You're talking commercial insurance, guys. Commercial insurance. This is not like your personal auto policy, okay? No, this is commercial. Things are different. The bonds that you have to get are higher. You also have to have a location. Where are you going to run this business out of? You got to have a location for that. That costs money too. Everything costs money, guys. Yeah, you don't just get to wake up one day and have a dealership. It's complicated. And it can become unfun very quickly. I hate that TK won't be on your channel anymore. Chandler, I'm not going to say that TK won't ever be on my channel again. I don't want to say that. And him and I have discussed it, before, or not before, but as all of this BS was happening. And I would love to be on his channel. Got no problem being on his channel. Unfortunately, being on my channel creates so much controversy and problems. It's just something that can't be done on a regular basis. But that's not to say he can't ever be on the channel. Okay? Who's running in your house? Nobody's running in my house. And even if someone was running in this house, you wouldn't be able to hear it because this is on a concrete slab. The floor is concrete underneath. I can kick, and you're probably hearing my hands on my desk or something. Okay, I'm trying to read comments. just a little bit here, but I'm having a hard time like reading comments and still staying on track what I'm talking about. So just anyway, keep that in mind, guys. This used to be fun for me, and I'll be quite honest with you. When that whole thing happened with my subscribers basically bailing out on me because they didn't like who I had on my channel, that brought me to a realization that this is not really my channel. This is everyone else's channel, and I'm simply kind of like a puppet, with other people pulling my strings. Now, sure, I can ignore what everybody else is wanting, and I can do what I want anyway, but by doing so, I can no longer provide for my family. So what options do I have? You know what I mean? And it's my own fault. It's my own fault. I turned this into what it is without really realizing what I was doing as I was doing it. Such is the situation. It is what it is. Mr. Awesome Videos, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Now, with that said, I do still enjoy doing what I do. I thoroughly enjoy, I don't want to make this into a depressing video, I thoroughly enjoy bidding on cars. I can't really explain why. If you've ever been to a casino, right? And I've lost a lot of money at casinos. I've lost a lot of money on cars too. But you go to the casino and you put your money in, right? You put your little ticket in and you pull the damn handle, ding, 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 and you lose. You lose all the time, but it doesn't bother you. Why? Because you only have to win once. Winning that one time, even though it's a psychological thing, you understand? You may have lost $150 so far on the damn slot machine. But that one time you hit bar on a single line, and you were only playing a single line, right? You were only playing the penny, right? You may have won $1 or $2, and you lost 150, but that's not the point. It's the ding 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 ding. You won, and that's kind of like what the bidding experience is for me. You bid, you lose, but you win that one. You win that one, and it makes it all worth it. The same thing applies to cars for me as well. You win the car. Some cars are losers, and some cars are winners. Now, a good business person running a dealership will be very careful about what cars they're bidding on, what cars they're buying, and they're going to know approximately how much they can sell them for. When you do this on YouTube, you can't really take that into consideration because the cars that you're going to bid on safely aren't going to be good content cars. It's the cars that are going to be problematic. It's the cars that people are going to look at you and be like, what in the hell is wrong with you? Randy, why did you buy that piece of crap Mazda 6? Why did I buy the Mazda 6? I bought the Mazda 6 because it's a good content car. I don't want to call it a junk car. I don't want to call it a crappy car. I think it could be something decent, maybe, but these cars are entertaining. They're interesting because you're like, I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he did this. I'm sure some of you want to jump through the camera and slap me in the mouth, right? Like, what is wrong with you that you would buy this car? You know better, and you're right. I do know better. I absolutely know better. It's content, guys. It's about taking these ridiculously cheap cars, buying them, jumping in them, and then saying, let's drive home, because that sounds like a really good idea. Not. It's entertainment, guys. It's content. It's just for fun. Please keep that in mind. ZXR Eagle 499 Super Chat. Please don't. I personally don't mind TK. Please don't listen to those people if they unsubscribe. Oh, well, you can gain more. Don't quit YouTube. This is your channel. No. I definitely, I don't want anybody to think I'm quitting YouTube. I have no intention of quitting YouTube. Not at all. Not at all. But at the same time, the people of this channel, the people that make up the channel, the people that watch the videos, you can't just ignore what they want, because they will stop watching. They will unsubscribe. And when they do, you will see a huge drop in money. So if you want to stay in business, You can't just ignore everybody and say, nah, to hell with all of you, and do what you want anyway. And that's what I'm warning you guys about when creating your own YouTube channel. As you grow, you need to understand the channel goes from you are in control to you have become reliant upon the money that the channel provides you. And the minute you make that mistake, and let me assure you, it is a mistake, it is 100% a mistake to rely on the income from YouTube or any other social media platform for that matter. 100% a mistake. As soon as you rely on that money to survive, what you have done is you have taken the control away from you, the creator, the producer, and you have given it to the people. And if the people don't like what you're producing, they will hold that over your head and make you change what you're doing to something that you may not even want to do, or make you do something you don't want to do, because otherwise you are no longer capable of providing for your family. It's crazy. It's leave it at that. It's crazy that has happened to me. It's crazy that I allowed it to happen, and it's crazy that I didn't see it coming. But here we are. So there's that. New York. Yeah, you know what? Same thing with Lunar Outlaw, Silverback. I know Silverback. I don't know if Silverback's thinking about starting a channel. Like, I know you've already got one, but, you know, just, I'm serious to those of you out there that are really getting into this, and this is what you really want to do. Do not ever hand over the reins of your content to somebody else. Not even your subscribers. Not even your subscribers. Especially not your subscribers. Truthfully. No offense, guys. No offense to you at all. But the fun has changed. It really has. It really has. I used to love this so much more than I do now, but I think it's just one of those things where I have really been jaded by everything that has happened along the way. From the start of this 2 or 3 years ago, I just got a Google verification code, so somebody's trying to log into my Google account. Lovely. Somebody's trying to log into my Google account right now when I'm on a live stream. Oh boy. Somebody's trying to steal my money right in front of us. That was not expected. That was not expected at all. Give me 1 second, guys. You don't get a Google verification code out of the clear blue sky like that without somebody trying to get into your account. It just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. And that's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It just doesn't stop, man. Now, don't think for a minute that I have any intentions of quitting YouTube or that I'm going to stop doing YouTube. Someone just made a SWAT threat in the chat. Are you serious? With all the things going on right now, you know what I mean? With all the things that are happening right now. Well, Caleb, maybe the SWAT threat was a joke. Maybe not, but I'll tell you what. Is it really going to be funny if the police show up and they run in the house and they shoot and kill somebody? You know, maybe it'll be me. Maybe it could be my fiance. Maybe it could be her child, son, her little boy. Is that really funny? You know? It's not a joke, man. Once the police come out, you can't control what happens after that. You know? This is ridiculous. And this Google verification code, that looks pretty damn legitimate to me. And now my iPhone is asking me to reset my password. And my Mac too. A password reset request was sent from a device at the location shown below. Someone's hacking my accounts. And this is not a joke. This is not April Fool's. Somebody is actively, right now, trying to reset the passwords to all of my accounts, including my computers. Unbelievable. Yeah, so anybody that was thinking that was an April Fool's joke, reset password, your Apple verification code. Oh boy, somebody is into all of my accounts hacking me right now. Don't allow. Your Apple ID verification code is... Oh, we're having a lot of fun here, aren't we? So somebody is actively... That's another one from Apple. Yep. And someone is calling me. Hello?
Hello. This is Apple calling with your Apple ID verification. Your code is 93895.
Fun. Somebody's obviously having a lot of fun here. Here we go again. Hello? All right, guys, we gotta go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. This is ridiculous, though, and with that, we're gonna have to get out of here. So I will. I'll keep you guys updated. But this is exactly what I was talking about. You know, I have no intention of quitting doing what I'm doing, but where is the fun in this? You know what I mean? This isn't fun. This isn't fun at all, and this is ridiculous, especially with all the stuff that's going on right now. Really, whoever it is, another Google verification code. Yeah, you're pretty pathetic, man. Pretty pathetic, whoever's doing this. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. As I always say, hope you guys are doing safe. Hope you're happy and healthy and all of that. Stay safe out there, everybody. I will catch you all very soon, assuming I'm not locked out of my Apple account and my YouTube account, in the next one.